Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kelly, this is KBellaBeauty, and I'm doing a video that I've kind of already done before, but during my drugstore week, which was the last week in March, I filmed a video and it was the tag that Kelly Gooch created. If you could only keep one makeup item, which one would it be? And I did a drugstore version, but I did have a lot of comments on there of people asking me, do a high-end version. Makeup products you would keep if you could only keep one, high-end products, and share that. So that's what I'm here to film with you guys today. And just like Kelly said in her video, I mean, these are obviously products that are like favorites for me, but they might not necessarily be like holy grail status. These are just products that for whatever reason, like if I could only keep one makeup item in each category, these are what I would keep for reasons that I will talk to you about in the video. So if you're interested in checking this video out, go ahead and keep on watching. So I guess let's kind of go how I apply my makeup, starting with the primer. The primer that I would keep if I could only keep one is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. Now I have gone through 2 full sizes. Pretty sure this is my 3rd. I do have dry skin, so this is very hydrating and nourishing on the skin, but the thing that I like about it is that it does leave like a little bit of a tacky feeling on your skin as well. So I know that my makeup is also going to stick to it. So this is definitely a holy grail status primer for me, and it is the primer that I would want if I could only keep one. For foundation, I would have to go with the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Cream. And okay, so I kind of went back and forth. I went back and forth between the CC Plus Cream, I'm in the shade Light, or the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. Because the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation is like my holy grail. Like I really love that foundation. It's lightweight but buildable. It looks beautiful on the skin. But let's be real, I live in Texas. I need SPF. So I actually do get a little bit more coverage with the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Cream, but I really do get that SPF also, which is going to be important. If I could only have one foundation, it needs to work for me in the summer. For concealer, I would go with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I've purchased this maybe 3 or 4 times. I get the shade Light Warm. I like this because it's not thick and cakey under the eyes. I do have some fine lines going on there. All of the other concealers that people say they love, like the Tarte Shape Tape, like the NARS Radiant Creamy, those thicker concealers, those settle in my fine lines heavily. But these concealers that are lighter, like the Urban Decay, like the ColourPop, they settle in my fine lines a little bit, but they don't accentuate it. So this gives me light coverage. It doesn't look cakey under the eyes. It's not settling too bad, and it's nice and creamy. It doesn't dry my under eyes out. So I would have to go with this guy. For contour, I feel like this is not a product that I talk about a lot. This is a product that I use every single day. It is the Makeup Geek Bad Habit Contour Shade. It's the Warm Fair shade. And you can see like I have a pretty good dent going on there. So I use this every single day, even if I'm using another contour or bronzer shade. I take like a more pointed brush, I dip it in there, and I use that to kind of hollow out the cheekbones, and then I'll go with a fluffier brush to blend it out. But this gives me more pigment than my Hoola bronzer, more pigment than the Flower Beauty Trio that I just featured in my drugstore week. So if there are days where I just kind of want a sharper, more defined contour, I go for this. But again, if I use a light hand, I could also, use this product and just go a little bit lighter and fluffier and get the same effect. So I don't have too many bronzers, but if I could only pick one, Makeup Geek would take the cake. For blush, again, I feel like this is a blush that I don't talk about a lot, but this is definitely the blush that always goes traveling with me, and it is the Benefit Cosmetics Dallas Boxed Blush. So this one I like because it's a mauve shade, so it goes with pretty much every eye look, but on days that you don't want to contour or bronze, this can work double duty as a blush and like a bronzer shade. It gives you definitely a nice defined cheekbone. You can kind of go in the hollows of your cheeks, and although it's a mauve-y tone, it still gives you some definition. So when I'm traveling and I'm not taking a lot of blushes, I always grab this one. The packaging is real durable, and I even use this brush sometimes. I'll dip it in and use it to kind of hollow out my cheekbones, and it works out nice. So if I had to get rid of all my other blushes and just keep this one, I'd be okay with it. I use 3 eyebrow products every single day. They're all Anastasia Beverly Hills, but if I could only keep one of them, I would have to go with the ABH Brow Wiz in the shade Caramel. So I typically go in with my eyebrow definer first because it's thicker and I have very sparse brows, so I can cover more area, and then I go in with my Brow Wiz for detailing. But if I could only keep one product, I could use the Brow Wiz. I would have to use more of it because I have to cover more space, but it would get the job done. It would create a nice natural looking brow, and I'd be able to live without the definer. However, on the flip side, if I only kept the definer, I feel like my eyebrows wouldn't look as clean because the Brow Wiz has that nice kind of rounded tip and it's very small, and so you can just kind of get in where you need to get in and create hair-like strokes. So I like this guy. I can't go outside my ABH brows. They're what works for me. The Brow Wiz is the product I would have to choose if I could only choose one. For lipstick, I'm definitely a liquid lipstick girl, and this was kind of hard for me. I was looking at my liquid lipstick collection and I was trying to pick just one that I reach for the most, one that goes kind of with every look without looking crazy, and I ended up going with my KYLIE Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Malibu. That's what I have on my lips underneath the gloss that I'm going to share with you in a moment. This is a grayish mauve. So those, I feel like, are what look really good with my hair tone and my skin color. No, with my hair color and my skin tone, I like the grayish mauves, but I like the texture of KYLIE's liquid lipsticks. Some people say they're too drying. I do not agree with that, but this is the liquid lipstick that I use the most for sure, and although it might not look very good with every eye look, this is the liquid lipstick I would want if I could only keep one. And then the gloss that I'm wearing on top of it. I'm not a huge gloss person, so I don't have a ton of glosses, but just to throw a gloss in there, it would be the Buxom White Russian. I actually had this a long time ago, and I used it a lot, but I had had it for like 4 or 5 years, so I ended up pitching it, and I just picked this one up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, so I'm wearing it today. I like the cooling effect. It's not like the Too Faced lip injections where it feels like it's like stabbing you in the lips. It's just like a minty, fresh cooling effect. And so this is typically what I go on my liquid, this is typically what I go in with when my liquid lipstick is starting to wear off a little bit, because I don't like to layer more liquid lipstick on top. That's the time when I go in with the gloss and it looks beautiful. I almost skipped over highlight. We're kind of jumping around there, and I don't know. Maybe you'll consider this cheating. I don't. It's one product. It is the Ofra Cosmetics Feeling Myself Highlighter Palette. The reason why I chose this is because technically it's one product, right? I mean, it's not cheating. It's one product, but you get 3 highlighters. You get Rodeo Drive, Blissful, and nope, you get Rodeo Drive, Pillow Talk, and Blissful. So you do have a nice gold shade, you have a nice light pink, and a rose gold tone. So this is new to my collection, but I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I got my hands on it. I definitely feel like this would have been a product I would have regretted not getting because I've been wanting to try Ofra highlighters. So, I mean, you can call me out if you feel like it's cheating because it's 3 highlighters, but I feel like it's one palette. So if I could only pick one, this is what it would be. And then I saved my eyeshadow palette for last. And the eyeshadow palette that I would pick if I could only keep one for the rest of my life would be the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. And the reason why I thought about maybe picking Modern Renaissance, but the reason why I ended up choosing this palette is because look at the selection. If you want neutrals, you got neutrals. If you want rose gold, if you want straight up gold, you got it. You want to go for a smoky look, you got some deeper tones. But then you also have a little bit of color. And I feel like it's hard to get like neutral palettes and palettes with color. So I mean, I can't really do like a super duper colorful look, but I do have some pops of color in here if that's what I would want to go for. But that would be like more of a special occasion type thing anyway. So this is the palette that I think I would choose. if I could only keep one, because I feel like I could create a lot of looks with it, but it still has my neutral tones. It's big, it's not easy to travel with, it's kind of bulky, but if I could only keep one, I'm gonna wanna have some options, and the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe gives me some options. And I wanna finish by talking about setting spray, if that's what you wanna call it. I cannot live without my MAC Fix Plus. I've gone through so many bottles of this stuff. I spray it before makeup, I spray it after makeup, I spray it when my skin's feeling dry. My husband sprays it on his face after he shaves sometimes. It's just really refreshing. I don't know necessarily that it's like prolonging the wear of my makeup, but I'm okay with that because it makes my skin look flawless and hydrated, and it makes my makeup look less cakey if it starts to get a little crazy. So I can't live without my MAC Fix Plus. That is going to do it for this video. Thank you to those of you that requested that I do a high-end version. I will list the drugstore version right here if you're interested in checking out that one as well. I did a whole drugstore week if drugstore is your thing, so you'll definitely want to check that out. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so before you go. I do post 3 videos a week. One goes up on Mondays or Tuesdays, depending on my Tested Out Tuesday series. Then I have one that goes up on Wednesdays and one on Saturdays. So I've started a few series on my channel. I'm trying to get more content out there for you guys. It can be a little tricky sometimes because I'm a teacher, so I only film on the weekend. So if you see me in repetitive outfits and makeup, that's why. I film and edit on Saturdays and Sundays. But with summer coming up, maybe I'll have some more time to throw even more content out there for you guys. But if you have any video requests, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Otherwise, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.